Kate had always been fascinated by the supernatural. As a child, she would read books about ghosts, witches, and monsters, always imagining what it would be like to encounter such creatures. She grew up to be a paranormal investigator, traveling the world to explore haunted houses, abandoned asylums, and ancient ruins. But nothing could have prepared her for what she was about to face. It started in a small town in the Pacific Northwest. Kate had heard rumors of strange happenings, of people disappearing in the night, of sightings of a mysterious creature. She arrived in the town, determined to uncover the truth. She checked into a motel on the outskirts of town and began her investigation. The townspeople were hesitant to talk to her at first, but eventually, they began to open up. They spoke of a monster, a shapeshifter that roamed the woods at night, taking the form of whatever it pleased. Some said it was a wolf, others a bear, others still said it was something altogether different, something not of this world. Kate was skeptical, but intrigued. She decided to spend the night in the woods, hoping to catch a glimpse of the creature for herself. She packed a bag with her equipment and set off into the trees. As the sun began to set, Kate found a spot to set up camp. She built a fire and settled in, waiting for the creature to show itself. Hours went by, and nothing happened. Kate grew tired and eventually fell asleep. She was awoken by a noise in the night. She sat up, her heart racing, and listened. She heard the sound of something moving through the underbrush. It was coming closer. Kate grabbed her camera and pointed it in the direction of the noise. She could see something moving in the shadows, something big and dark. She began to film, hoping to capture evidence of the creature. But as the creature stepped into the light of the fire, Kate realized with horror that this was no ordinary animal. It was a monster, a shapeshifter, just as the townspeople had described. The creature was tall and muscular, with jet-black fur that glinted in the firelight. Its eyes were bright red, and its teeth were razor-sharp. It stood on two legs, but its arms were long and powerful, ending in claws that could tear through flesh and bone. Kate froze, her camera still rolling. She couldn't believe what she was seeing. The creature let out a deep, guttural growl and then lunged at her. Kate tried to run, but the creature was too fast. It grabbed her by the arm, sinking its claws deep into her flesh. She screamed, but the creature was too strong. It lifted her up and began to squeeze her with its massive, muscular arms. Kate felt her bones crunching under the pressure. She knew she was going to die. She tried to fight back, but it was no use. The creature was too powerful. And then, just as suddenly as it had attacked her, the creature let go. Kate fell to the ground, gasping for breath. The creature stood over her, watching her with its glowing red eyes. And then, with a final, blood-curdling howl, it disappeared into the night, leaving Kate alone in the woods, bleeding and broken. Kate managed to drag herself back to the motel, but it was too late. Her injuries were too severe, and she died a few hours later, alone in her room. The news of Kate's death spread quickly. People were shocked and horrified by the gruesome details of her encounter with the monster. And yet, some couldn't help but be fascinated by it. They wanted to know more about the creature that had killed Kate. Despite the passing of time, the mystery of the shapeshifter that killed Kate remained unsolved. Many theories were put forward by investigators and enthusiasts, but none of them provided a definitive answer. Some people believed that the creature was an ancient spirit, a vengeful ghost that haunted the woods. Others thought it was a product of genetic experimentation, a monstrous creation that had escaped from a secret government lab. As for the town where Kate had died, it remained a place of fear and dread. Visitors still reported strange happenings in the woods, sightings of shadowy figures and unexplained noises in the night. Some even claimed to have seen the shapeshifter itself, prowling through the trees, searching for its next victim. And though Kate's death had sparked a renewed interest in the paranormal, few people were brave enough to venture into the woods, knowing the danger that lurked there. But even in death, Kate's legacy lived on. Her work had inspired a new generation of paranormal investigators, and her courage and determination had set an example for others to follow. And so, the mystery of the shapeshifter remained unsolved, a haunting reminder of the dark and unknown forces that lurk in the world. But for those who dared to seek the truth, Kate's story remained a beacon of hope and inspiration, a reminder that even in the face of unspeakable horror, there is still light to be found.